Daub, to apply color to a surface crudely. Did you know that? Well, now you do. I'm Jenna and you're watching Make It TV, where I interview creative entrepreneurs who are making a living doing what they love. Today, my guest is Lexi Soukoreff, who is the owner of Daub Design. I'm so happy to talk to you, Lexi, amongst all your gorgeous leggings. So Daub Design, how did you get started?
Well, we began as a swimsuit company back in 2010, and we've kind of changed a little bit since we began doing more activewear now. Still the same premise, same aesthetic, definitely like a tie-dyed look. Yeah, that's kind of how it all started.
That's a brief history, but it's amazing how far you've come in 4 years, because I know when I first met you, it was maybe at the Make It show like 3 years ago. And
I think actually we met before then, because we met at Autumn Shift Festival, and you came up to me and were like, hey, I do this show, would you consider doing it? And I was like, oh yeah, sure, like, I'll try it out. And then that's kind of how all of this began, was I started selling everything at Make It and realized like I could make money doing this. And then it just kind of stemmed into other shows, then online, wholesale, and to where we are now.
Well, I am happy I came by your booth on that day.
I'm so happy you did.
That's
fantastic.
So awesome. So had you always been interested in fashion?
I had been, yeah, for sure. I mean, there's the little girl story where, of course, you play with Barbie dolls, you make them your own clothes, and then I also took fashion design classes in high school, and I worked with a textile designer out of Summerland.
And so how did you get into tie-dye?
With a mentor in Summerland. Her name is Susan Lobatecky. My mom had signed me up for, I guess it was like a continuing education in the summer, like basically something to keep me out of trouble.
Right.
Little did she know that it would stem into a full business, of course.
So now, do you consider yourself more of an artist, more of a business person, kind of a super hybrid of both?
I would say a super hybrid.
I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah, totally. Well, for one, like I'm a Libra, so like balance is really important to me, of course. But there's definitely a business side of things, and for the longest time I didn't actually identify with being an artist, but the more I've kind of come, I don't want to say to terms with it, but the more I've been more comfortable with the idea, the easier it's been. And so, I mean, I work on such a high production level, but there's still definitely like an artist hand to each piece.
Well, each one of your pieces is one of a kind and unique. Like, you don't have anything that's identical, so that in itself, it's just the medium that you're using is different than, say, like a painter or a sculptor or a potter. So with clothing, I mean, we're in a society now where clothing's almost disposable, like when you look at Zara and H&M and all these big box retailers. So your leggings obviously cost a little bit more than H&M or, you know, Joe Fresh or whatever. Why do you think people are willing to spend extra money to buy handmade products?
I think if you're going to be offering a handmade product, it has to be one of quality, it has to be one of value, and it has to have something that sets it apart. And in our case, it totally does. It's a high quality fabric, it's hand dyed, it's functional, all of these things, which kind of, it adds to the value. As soon as I start talking about it, people kind of get it, and you know, they understand more, and it's telling a story, and no matter what the brand is, whoever is selling it is telling that story of themselves and kind of how the whole thing evolved.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today, Lexi. I love watching you, and every time I see you on the Today Show or like you're leggings somewhere, I'm like, yeah. I remember approaching her at that festival, and so, yeah, it's awesome to see how you've grown. So
yeah,
best of luck. We're so happy to have you on Make It this year, and thank you so much for watching Make It TV. I'm Jenna, and if you enjoyed this video, and of course you did, make sure you share it with your friends. Also, if you have any tips, ideas, suggestions, leave them in the comment, and make sure you follow our channel, Make It TV. And I will see you next time.